Have you ever wondered what would happen if World War III broke out today? This question, while unsettling, holds weight in an era where global politics seem increasingly volatile. It's a question that's been asked by thinkers, strategists, and even the common man. As we navigate through the complexities of our rapidly changing world, the potential for conflict looms large and the implications are serious. The devastation of war is unimaginable, and the destruction of cities, heartbreaking. But it's worth exploring, if only to underscore the importance of peace. Today, we'll embark on a thought experiment, a journey into the realm of the hypothetical. We'll consider the potential catastrophe of World War III and the cities that could be at the epicenter of such a conflict. As we dive into this discussion, remember this is a hypothetical exploration, not a prediction or endorsement of such an event. It's a conversation about possibilities, not a prophecy of doom. World War III, if it were to occur, would bring about unprecedented destruction. The scale of devastation would be far beyond anything the world has seen in previous conflicts. Just imagine the destruction of World War II. Now magnify it by the technological advancements in weaponry of the past 80 years. We've moved far beyond the days of conventional warfare with bombs and bullets. Today we live in an era of nuclear weapons, drones, and cyber warfare. The destructive power of these technologies is staggering, and their potential impact on cities is chilling to contemplate. Consider nuclear weapons. The largest nuclear bomb ever detonated, the Tsar Bomba by the Soviet Union, had 50 megatons of explosive power. That's over 3,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima in World War II. Imagine the devastation of Hiroshima, now multiply that by 3,000. That's the kind of destruction we're talking about. Now think about drones. These unmanned aerial vehicles can carry out precise attacks without putting any human soldiers at risk. They can target specific buildings, infrastructure, and even individuals. The level of destruction may be less widespread than a nuclear bomb, but the impact on a city and its inhabitants can still be devastating. And let's not forget about cyber warfare. This might not cause physical destruction, but the impact on a city's infrastructure can be just as devastating. Imagine a city's power grid being taken down, or its water supply being contaminated. The potential for chaos and devastation is immense. The sheer scale of potential destruction is hard to comprehend, yet it's crucial that we understand the implications. We need to grasp the gravity of what World War III could mean for our cities and our civilization. We need to understand the devastating potential of the weapons that exist today. Only by truly understanding the potential for destruction can we work to prevent such a catastrophe from ever occurring. In a global conflict, no city would be completely safe. This is a chilling reality we need to confront. Major cities, with their dense populations and significant strategic importance, would indeed be at high risk in such a scenario. Let's take a look at some of these urban giants. Starting with New York, the Big Apple. Why would it be a target? Well, New York isn't just a city. It's a global powerhouse, the financial heart of the United States and home to the United Nations headquarters. Its destruction would not only cripple the American economy, but it would also send a shockwave through the global financial system. Across the pond, we have London, another city that is a financial hub. But London's significance extends beyond economics. It's a city steeped in history, a city that represents the old world's influence on the new. The loss of London would be a symbolic blow, a strike against the legacy of Western civilization. Now let's turn our attention to the east. Beijing, the capital of the world's most populous nation, China. Beijing isn't just a city, it's a symbol of China's rise as a global superpower. Its destruction would not only be a blow to China, but it would also send a powerful message to the rest of the world about the vulnerability of emerging powers. And then, there's Moscow, the heart of Russia, a nation with a long history of military might. Moscow's significance lies in its role as a political and military center. A strike on Moscow would be a direct attack on Russia's power and influence. These cities are not just population centers. They are the beating hearts of their nations, the hubs of economic, political, and cultural life. Their loss would not only result in unimaginable human tragedy, but it would also have far-reaching implications on a global scale. These cities are not just population centers, but they also hold significant strategic and symbolic value. The destruction of cities goes beyond the immediate loss of life. Consider this, our global economy is an intricately woven tapestry of interdependencies. Major cities are key nodes in this network, acting as hubs for commerce, finance, and innovation. When these nodes are destroyed, the impact radiates out, creating creating a domino effect of economic instability and decline that reaches far beyond the borders of a single city or nation. Let's break this down further. Infrastructure such as roads, bridges, airports, and seaports is the lifeblood of any economy. It connects businesses to their suppliers, customers, and workforce. It facilitates the flow of goods, services, and people. When this infrastructure is destroyed, the immediate effect is economic stagnation. Businesses close, jobs are lost, and the local economy collapses. But the impact doesn't stop there. Globally, the destruction of a major city disrupts trade routes. Supply chains break down. This can lead to shortages of goods, rising prices, and economic uncertainty. It's like pulling a thread in that global tapestry. The entire picture starts to unravel. Furthermore, cities are often the centers of financial markets. Imagine for a moment the fallout if Wall Street or the London Stock Exchange were wiped out. The global economic shock would be immediate and profound. The collapse of these financial centers could trigger a global recession, or worse, a depression. And let's not forget about the long-term impacts. Rebuilding infrastructure is a monumental task, both in terms of resources and time. It can take decades, even generations, to recover. This prolonged period of reconstruction can further strain an already weakened economy, exacerbating the effects of the initial destruction. In essence, the destruction of cities in a global conflict would not only result in an immediate and profound loss of life, but it would also trigger a cascade of economic consequences that would reverberate around the world. The ripple effects of such a conflict would be felt for generations. While this discussion may be bleak, it's not without hope. In the shadow of these unsettling prospects, we find a beacon of light in the form of diplomacy, international cooperation, and peacekeeping efforts. These tools may seem simple, but they hold the power to prevent the unthinkable destruction we've been contemplating. Let's consider diplomacy for a moment. It's an art form, really. A delicate dance of negotiation and compromise. It requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to see the world from another's perspective. It's a process that can be frustratingly slow at times, but it's this very deliberation that allows for peaceful resolution of conflicts, mitigating the need for violent confrontations. Now, international cooperation takes diplomacy a step further. It's not just about two nations sitting at a table. It's about the entire global community coming together, recognizing our shared humanity and interconnectedness. It's about understanding that the ripples of conflict can spread far beyond the immediate battlefield, and that we all have a stake in maintaining peace. And then there are peacekeeping efforts. These are the hands-on, on-the-ground initiatives that work to maintain stability in regions of conflict. Peacekeepers are the unsung heroes of our time, stepping into the fray to protect the vulnerable and uphold the principles of peace and justice. At the helm of these efforts, we find international organizations like the United Nations. They serve as a platform where nations can come together to resolve disputes, promote human rights, and work towards a more peaceful world. They remind us that we're not alone in this fight for peace, that we're part of a global community that values harmony and mutual respect. So, yes, the potential for destruction is there, but so is the potential for peace. We have the tools, we have the platforms, and we certainly have the motivation. All we need is the collective will to choose dialogue over discord, understanding over aggression, peace over war. As we contemplate these grim possibilities, it's more important than ever to strive for peace and diplomacy on a global scale. Our exploration of a hypothetical World War III has been sobering. We've journeyed through the spectral shadows of potential devastation, examining the chilling reality of what could be. We've identified major cities that could be at risk, each a vibrant hub of human life and culture that could be tragically transformed in an instant. We've delved into the profound impact such a war would have on global infrastructure and economy, painting a picture of a world brought to its knees. Yet amid the bleakness, we found a glimmer of hope. We've discussed the potential for peace, the power of diplomacy, and the pivotal role of international cooperation. These are the tools that can prevent such a catastrophic future, the keys to preserving our cities, our societies, and ultimately, our humanity. While the thought of World War III is terrifying, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of peace, diplomacy, and international cooperation.